Graham, are you ready?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Karen Johnson. Welcome to my beautiful home here in Bottomswick. As you can see, I have worked tirelessly to maintain and improve my garden for all to enjoy. Despite this year's challenges, I believe to be dedicated to something you are proud of and enjoy is so important. And my pride in my garden is one of the many reasons that Bottomswick should be crowned Village of the Year. Was that all right, Graham? Did I look okay?
Yeah, I've just got to turn this bloody camera off.
For God's sake, I haven't got all day. It started off all right, didn't it? It was just like any other morning. I woke up, checked the garden, checked the latest number of COVID cases, and of course, checked my CCTV. I saw a man, a person, a thing, I'm not sure. But they were walking around like they owned the place. Can you believe it? I thought it was bad enough, but when I saw what they did to the neighbour's garden, I was furious.
In more local news, a mysterious man has been caught carrying out acts of vandalism in the small Wiltshire town of Bottomswick. Judy Jones, spokesperson for the competition committee, has said she's still adamant that the village stands a good chance of gaining its 13th title. With fear rife in the village and residents only starting to venture outside during daylight hours, is there any end in sight in the case of the so-called streetwalker? Streetwalker.
Of course, I was very keen to take on the investigation myself, me being the one that found the CCTV footage, but I was too busy with the competition. Luckily, there are some very special residents who are more than willing to stick their noses in and get involved.
We had won the Village of the Year competition for 12 years in a row, and it's something that I know the residents here, well, it's incredibly important to them all. So when this nasty business started, it made people a little bit crazy. And those who were already crazy, a little bit more crazy.
With a week to go, the committee members were summoned to a village Zoom meeting.
Okay, everyone, please can I speak? Excuse me, please.
We're trying to
Right,
win an
that's
award
it.
here.
Right, you're all muted so I can speak. Karen, where's Graham gone?
Who? Sorry?
Right, okay. Anyway, now I know recent events have been scary and concerning, but we will still be going ahead with our preparations, and I believe if we stick together, we can win this competition. Now I've invited the Chief Constable to say a few words on the situation. Chief?
You're on mute.
You're on mute. Mute.
Apologies. What I was saying is there's really no need to be worried. We will do everything we can to apprehend this individual and ensure that we're all set for the competition. I also think that...
I think we should withdraw from the competition. It's absolute farce that nobody's been arrested yet. We're never going to win now. Anyone who thinks we should withdraw, raise your hand.
You have no authority here, Karen Johnson. No authority at all. In fact, there will be no vote and there will be no withdrawal.
Oh, kicked out.
What should you be annoyed about that?
Off, Graham.
Okay.
You
The streetwalker activities were of great concern. I've had my fair share of small village chaos, whether it be vandalism, chasing swans, undercover cults, even an explosion in one of my old stations nearby. But this was something else entirely, and it just seemed to be non-stop. I remember thinking to myself, who is this guy? Look at him. He's fallen over a bloody gnome. I must admit I didn't think too much into it at first. But when you've got a village of old cronies scared of a gnome-tripping, bin-tipping village idiot, it's probably a problem that should be looked into.
Those events affected me in a deep way. They made me question everything, for sure.
There had been 10 incidents in total, or something like that anyway, by the time the judges arrived in the village for the competition. There was just no hiding it or covering up what had happened, especially when it had been all over the news. Oh, it was the worst period of my life. That or Aldi, Marks and Spencer's stopping their club card.
We were hoping that with the arrival of the judges, that would also mean the end to all this business, emphasis on the hope part.
But it's fair to say that the day the judges arrived was certainly a day no one will forget for a long time to come. Or at least a few weeks, anyway.
It was all fine up to that point. The judges were really surprised with how everything was looking, and people's gardens were really looking amazing. There had been no streetwalker incidents for a couple of days. And then we arrived at the Johnsons' house.
Oi, you! You've ruined my bloody life, you have! All of you! Your poxy competition! Look at this village! Just look at it!
I've never seen him act like that before. It was such a shock. I didn't know he felt that way. And it was me that caused it.
My wife sacrificed everything for your poxy competition. She's even sacrificed me. What are you looking at?
I don't know what came over him, but, you know, when you feel so strongly about something, that's the way you act, and that's what I had to understand about Graham.
What are you looking at? I'll tell you something, you stuck-up arseholes. I'm the streetwalker. It was me all the time.
Well, it certainly came as a surprise. He was the last person I expected. Graham, in the garden, with his bare hands, apparently. That was a Cluedo joke. Graham! Why? Why would you do such a thing?
Because you're so caught up in this competition, you never make any time for me anymore. We never do anything together.
Graham, we do everything together. We had a great time in Blackpool.
That was 6 years ago, Karen. We never do anything now. All we do is the poxy garden. Water the flowers. I can't take any more.
Graham, I'm so sorry. In our 25 years together, I'd never felt so much emotion for him.
So sorry, I'm so sorry. Please, it doesn't reflect the village at all. I mean, please, just disregard this garden, disregard this box.
Excuse me. I think you should
Turn the camera off, turn the camera off, please.
I think you should calm down.
Thank God for that. I perhaps should have charged him with something, but now that this business is all done with and the residents are happy, that's enough for me.
Nah, you know what? I am done. The pair of them. I have got better things to be doing my time. That Audi middle aisle isn't going to explore itself.
Thank you, my darling. I think we're going to be okay. As long as this one doesn't go around throwing flowers at people again.
Don't think there's any danger of that happening again, seeing as Bottomswick finished last in the competition. I can't imagine they'd be asking us back next year. How bizarre.
In the end, the whole thing brought us closer than ever before. I just didn't realise that meant standing in a field snuggling as the sun goes down.
I just can't believe I live next door to a sex worker. Amazing.
After 12 years of winning the competition, of course we'll be back again next year in full force. And I just can't believe it's happened. But I don't want to talk about it anymore. Turn the camera away.
Completely in shock at the moment. I can't believe it's our neighbour.
I know. I mean,
poor man. He's obviously had a breakdown.
to be
Absolutely
honest,
dreadful.
I'm quite loving the drama.